Hi and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Yug.
Tonight we'll be talking about Nintendo Australia's Wi-Fi plans.
We'll also be talking about the Xbox 360 and some of the game reviews that have been leaked onto the internet. Not leaked, but launched.
They didn't really leak. But yeah, we'll also be talking about the Game On initiative. Game On.
What's Game On?
Well, it's a couple of things. For one, it's a rasta dude saying that he thinks you're a homosexual.
What, me, personally?
Yeah, he goes, oh,
really?
You're Game On.
Bastard.
Yes.
Right, oh, really? I'm sorry, I'm lost. I know nothing about this at all.
No, this is just something...
You've thrown this on me. I have no idea.
No, it's quite new. It's actually from the ABC have launched an initiative through their digital media division or something to promote game development in Australia. Now, most of the sort of stuff they're promoting is not, AAA titles for Xbox, but is rather Flash games, mobile phone games, and that kind of thing. I was playing one today, and it was actually quite fun.
Really? Is it on the ABC website, or is it like a...
No, it's a Game On website. Hang on, I'll just find that, which will take nearly 8 seconds. abc.net.au/GameOn.
Oh, it's pretty straightforward.
Don't spell it GAYMON, because that's just not right.
You would. I mean,
Yeah, there's a few games on there at the moment that you can play. Most of them you can just click on and play because they're Flash games. They're not, on the Xbox.
So they're Flash games. These aren't platform games, or these aren't console games, or PC
No, these
games.
aren't really console games or platform games, but it is still... I'm
not trying to bag you out, and I don't know anything about it, but most Flash games I play are fairly simplistic, and they're very straightforward, and there's not much to them. Is there anything different about... What is so good about this that's worth mentioning?
Basically, the reason it's worth mentioning is because anything that supports Australian game development has got to be a plus.
Yeah, fair, cool, yeah, alright.
And because a lot of the people who are high-end programmers now, who are leading teams and doing development on those consoles, originally cut their teeth doing sort of low-end stuff on crappy computer systems back in the day, and I foresee a time when these are the kind of games that lead to...
How did you find out about this?
I read the internet.
You read the internet?
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Holy...
I don't even see the code anymore, I just see blonde. Actually, that is...
I'm sorry, you see what? Blonde. Brunette.
Redhead.
What? I don't get it.
Wow.
I've lost it.
Okay,
over my head.
For any readers who don't actually already know, having figured it out from the slurring, Yug may have imbibed certain substances.
I'll have you know, seriously, I slur all the time. Like, as in, whenever I'm talking normally, I'm always slurring.
Yeah, but not this much.
Really?
You don't...
Alright.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We did have a choice. We had a choice to either do the podcast before I went out or after I got home. And we decided to do it after I got home. And it's like late now, and I'm home.
It's very late.
And we went out, we had a few drinks. But this doesn't have anything to do with this Game On thing.
No, but I think we can move on from the Game On thing. And I want to stay on this because I like this.
Stay on what?
Your mum.
That's not very nice. You don't even know her that well.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
You could get to know her pretty quickly.
I don't want you to know my mum. Leave my mum out of this, for that matter. I don't want you talking about my mum or my sisters.
So,
no.
I wasn't even going to go there.
Good.
Don't. So wasn't.
Don't. No, don't. I don't care if I'm drunk. It just means I'm more likely to slap you.
It means you're more likely to try.
I will slap you.
You'll try.
In the mouth.
Okay.
I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the Xbox.
So getting off Young's sisters.
I'll slap you. Alright, Robert. Alright. I really want to talk about the Xbox 360 because it's about to launch in the States.
Yep.
I think it's November 22nd where it launches.
22nd, yeah.
And there's already a couple of reviews of games that have started to pop up online.
Yeah, because I don't know how many people realise, but you can actually buy quite a few games there now.
Yeah, you said that. So you can buy the games before
you can actually buy the games. That's not that uncommon. In fact, you could buy...
that's true.
You can often buy peripherals before the game comes.
Actually, I remember
before the console
even
comes
when
out.
the PSP was launching
quite
here
a few
in Australia, there were quite a few Peripherals.
And in fact, there were
peripherals. Stuff. And
I'm just going to let him go. This is great. It's like a little wind-up toy.
Really?
Yeah, he's just kind of marching around. Like one of those little monkeys with cymbals. Clang, 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 clang.
I'll stop.
Right.
I'm serious. I'll stop. I'll just let you go. Go.
Awesome.
On. Yeah. Okay, go on. No, talk. I don't mind. Go on.
Oh, God. He thinks this is funny every time, and it's not.
I'm serious. I want
the PSP actually had a few games available before launch as well.
Yeah.
They didn't really publicise it because, like, who cares?
On D-Store was one. Like that's where I tend to go to see. Oh, this game's come out. And
good place to go.
It's a good place to go. So
release times.
And there were a lot of PSP games available before the PSP.
Yeah,
came
about
out,
a week before.
There's some actual game reviews on. I don't know how many of you actually check out other game sites. I would assume
there's no reason to check out other game sites.
There's no reason. Why would you check out other game sites? You should
sure they have reviews.
Be looking at AustralianGamer.com.
Professional standard of journalism.
But like honestly,
regularly updated.
But honestly, ours are more fun.
Yeah, they got no soul.
That's really. I think they have soul.
No, they have no soul.
We just have no ratings. Dude, what?
All we have is soul. Let's just go with they have no soul.
Alright. Oh, I thought you meant we had no soul.
No, we have soul.
Oh, we have soul.
We're all about the soul.
Right, what?
We're all about the soul.
Yeah,
They've got no soul.
We're the Funk Soul Brothers. That actually came out really bad.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be way cooler.
No.
That actually came out.
No.
Crap.
He was telling me earlier he likes the way I move.
Hey, yeah. No, I'm not going to get into that. Xbox 360 games, there's been a few that have been reviewed on IGN.com, GameSpot.com, OneUp.com, and some of those other sites.
If you want, we can post a complete list of all the sites apart from us you should go to.
No, I can't be... Or shouldn't I name them, should I? Or
that was... I'm just saying, like, you're currently listing all of our pseudo competition. I mean,
we're not
competition.
They're not even Australian.
No, I know, but...
I don't care. Look, the point is...
selling everybody other people's sites.
The point is, they have actually got the chance to review Xbox 360 games which we, realistically, won't even get a chance to play until early next year. That whole concept pisses me off, but I'm not even going to get on that tangent.
We won't.
But two of the games in particular that I read reviews of was Cameo, which is the big... wow, this is the reason Microsoft bought Rare sort of game. And
that and Perfect Dark Zero.
And Perfect Dark Zero, yeah, true. But Perfect Dark Zero isn't a launch title, apparently.
No, it should be a little while after. I think they're calling that one a launch window, which is what they consider within 3 months of launch.
And the other one that I read up on was Project Gotham Racing 3. And they all got very sort of average reviews saying, yeah, this is... And this is what I found interesting. They all said, this is a really good game for a launch title. I don't think that should be an exception to the rule. I don't think it should be, this is a launch title game, so we're going to say it's okay because it's a launch title, because it's one of the first games for the system. I don't think that's really fair of them.
I think it is, because while they're looking at a game on its own, they look at it and go, okay, how good a game is this? Is this a good game? They also have to look at it and say, okay, what is its competition? I mean, if you look at an Xbox game and a PlayStation 1 game,
yep,
the PlayStation 1 game is going to look awful and won't have as many features, will have slower load times, etc.
Yep.
You can't compare them until you get
I'm not saying comparing different systems.
Well,
I'm saying... Are you shushing me? Are you shushing
Let the sober one speak for a minute. While they can't compare the consoles directly, they actually also have no basis to form kind of what an Xbox 360 game should look like, what it should run like. It takes a while before a console kind of hits its stride and you can go, this is what we can expect. And
alright, fair enough. Okay, granted. But some of the other things they're saying, and this is something else that I found quite interesting, was the Xbox 360, one of the big features of it, and I know the normal Xbox actually did output to high-definition TV as well, but the Xbox 360 is really pushing that more so than anything else. And some of the things that I read about, for example, Project Gotham Racing, was this game looks amazing. It is phenomenal. It looks there's so many polygons rendered on the inside and outside of the car. It's stupid. But if you're not playing it on a high definition TV, it kind of looks like a normal Xbox game,
but just a quite good one.
Just a quite good one, which, well, even not even that. Actually, most of them just said it looks like an Xbox game, which it's not a bad thing. It's like, great, cool. I need to buy a high definition TV, which we don't have, but we will have to get. Obviously,
we will have one. Sony, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, the PlayStation 3 will be like so much better than the Xbox.
Get this right. There's heaps of Xbox forums out there, right? There's practically, from what I can see, only one unofficial Nintendo forum, and there's the official PlayStation forums. I got banned from the official PlayStation forums. I don't even know why. I was just saying some stuff. But here's the thing. It comes up saying you're not allowed to log into the PlayStation forums. I said, alright. And it says, click here to email the administrator to let them know. So I sent an email saying, I'd just like to know why I'm not allowed to log in. And the mail bounced back. It's not a valid email address.
That's handy.
Yeah, I thought that's really top stuff. Good way to support the community. Sony. That's all I got on that. That was sort of going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
And I thought it would end on like a big bang note, and you'd be like, yeah, but it kind of just faded off into nothing.
See, I figured at that point I had two choices. I could either support you, and go, yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, Sony. I mean, what they really need to do is. I could do that.
That's not really like you, though.
I could have done that.
It's not really in your nature to do that.
Or I could just watch you fall.
This is the only reason Australian Gamer works, I think, because I hate you.
Oh, I feel the same. Do you know who you remind me of right now?
Who?
Looking at you right now. Do you know who you remind me of?
Who?
You want me to say, like, Brad Pitt or
that'd be
something?
Yeah.
No.
Who?
You remind me so much of Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You're like slurring, stumbling, crazy. You've got this weird hat, weird shirt. That is a weird shirt.
I love this shirt. It's great.
Very nice.
They wouldn't let me in at the club tonight with a shirt, but I said, no, you must let me in because I'm supposed to be here tonight. My name is on this list. And they said, yes, it is. We have to let you in. Sorry.
Why weren't they going to let you in with that shirt? I wouldn't let you in with that shirt.
Well, because it's the Valley sort of thing. They're a bit iffy on shirts. Like, because we had to go to the city and the Valley, and they're like, it's two different sort of areas. Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That was a good movie. I thought it was good. Don't worry about those bats. He'll see them soon enough.
Yep.
We were talking about...
Please tell me there was something else we were talking about.
You were going to talk about... Or we were both going to talk about Nintendo. And the fact that they've now officially... said, and this is surprising, I think, for both of us. Even though
we mentioned this in our last podcast.
We have basically said I am more of a Nintendo fanboy than you are.
Yeah,
basically, I'm a big believer that Nintendo will actually prevail, and you think they're going to crash and burn. And I think it'll be interesting to see. But both of us, I think, were fairly surprised when Nintendo
happily surprised
when Nintendo actually did say yes, we will support Wi-Fi hotspots within Australia.
Yep, they've got a few partners for them. So, in case people don't know, in which case people should read the site.
Which site? Our site?
Our site.
Does it say? On our
site?
I
put a comment on our site talking about
Spike Balloon. Is it Spike Balloon?
Well, it's not Spike because the E is a 3, which is like so cool.
3. Spreak 3?
Spic 3 balloon.
Spic 3. Oh, that's nasty. Spic 3 balloon. What were we saying?
Oh God.
We're
it's like trying to herd kittens.
You herd kittens?
Just trying to get him into one direction and bits of him are bouncing everywhere.
No, look, it's all good.
Cool.
What were we talking about? Nintendo.
We were talking about Spic 3 balloon.
Spots. Why spots? Wi-Fi spots.
Oh, God, we're talking about Australia having Wi-Fi hotspots
Yeah.
for the
Who are
Nintendo
the partners?
Wireless
Do you know
Network.
who the partners are?
A few of them are quite prominent. Electronics Boutique, which is good purely in a being a gaming sense.
True. I mean, the big thing in the States was McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's in the States
Are they
is a
doing
pretty
that
big
here
deal.
in Australia? Was that my stomach?
No, not
Oh,
that
sorry.
I've heard of, but they hadn't finished announcing the partners. The
eBay,
partners
who
are being
else? Was there anyone
announced.
else in
Dick
particular?
Smith Electronics jumps to mind.
See, these aren't places that I would normally say people go in, sit down, chill out, and log
No,
on.
these aren't places. These are places to buy your stuff, but not places to play them.
No.
So
McDonald's to me is a place where people would sit down, buy a Macca's meal, and actually play on the Wi-Fi hotspots.
yeah, exactly. I sure as hell would. And considering they are,
Sorry.
that's not right. Considering they already have deals in place with McDonald's in the US, and considering McDonald's already have wireless hotspots built in for Telstra, I would have thought the deal would be an easy one to make.
Maybe. I mean, as much as I love Nintendo and really want to support them, to be completely honest, Nintendo Australia doesn't seem to support the actual community or even the Australian game market all that well. I mean, you just
Not
don't really...
exceptionally well.
You don't really hear much from them. You don't really actually... I know this might sound a bit one-sided, but if you look out there on the internet, Australia specifically, the Xbox community is massive. There's so many Xbox-specific community websites. A lot of them based around Xbox Live, of course, but just in general, there's heaps of them. Whereas Nintendo, as far as I can see, there's one.
Hmm.
And that's it.
Well, part of it
and
is...
that one, from what I've talked to the owners of that website, they can't even get in contact with Nintendo of Australia themselves to get games to review and to look at and to actually get in contact with Nintendo. They have to talk to Nintendo UK.
Yeah.
How nuts is that? What is the... Anyway, look, that's just a rant.
Yes, it is. There are a few other people that Nintendo are partnering up with for the wireless hotspots. Electronic Boutique and Myers.
Empty.
He's complaining that his bourbon and coke is empty.
I'm feeling it. Empty. Sorry, were we talking about something?
We were talking about wireless hotspots and Nintendo.
Wireless Nintendo hotspots. Go on. Continue.
I don't know where I was going with that. There were a couple of interesting things about it. One is that if you have an existing wireless network, it should play very happily automatically. You can also get a little adapter.
But I have heard that actually trying to match yourself up with other people that you know is actually quite difficult. Admittedly, I've only read about Mario Kart DS, but it's not quite as user-friendly as, say, Xbox Live or something like that.
Xbox
It
Live
doesn't have a friends list. You actually have to have your friend's ID or something like that.
Yeah, you have an ID. It's like a friend. I think it's called a friend
Sorry,
name.
that's it. You can't see if they're online at the same time. You
Right.
actually have to give them a call on their phone or something like that.
That's strange.
And find out, are you online? Yes, I'm online. Great, we can play the same game. It doesn't actually show you a friends list, which I think is actually a bit of a shortcoming. But that also, I think that might be just a Mario Kart DS issue and not a Wi-Fi issue.
It's worth pointing out that one thing that Microsoft really did well was that... That's not good. One thing they did really well was that they got a consistent network. The live architecture and the live system is the same on all games. Sony did not do the same thing.
No. Well, they never had quite the online architecture that Microsoft set up with their system.
Didn't I just say that?
Did you?
That's more or less what I was getting at.
Right.
But anyway,
we're talking about
Nintendo's plans fall somewhere in the middle. It's not quite as it's kind of ID based in much the same way as Live, but it's not consistent across all titles like Live is. So each game is kind of going to have its own setup, its own IDs as well.
See, I've been playing a whole heap of Xbox Live lately, sort of thing, right? Especially Star Wars Battlefront and Burnout Revenge. Star Wars Battlefront 2. And if there's anyone out there that actually plays these games, by all means, add me on your Xbox Live friend list.
And if you see someone called Yug,
it's Yug AG.
And
Yug AG.
Yug AG.
YUGAG, Australian Gamer. And
Matt, I know how to spell AG. When I get on, which I don't think I will.
Really?
No, I will, but I'm not in any particular hurry. Anyway, if you see Yug, if you're on his team, shoot him before he shoots you.
I don't shoot my own team.
He is a team killer.
No, I'm not. No.
Everyone calls him TK.
That was in the single player game, and that was because they were Ewoks, and they were on my team, and I was like,
they weren't Ewoks. They were stormtroopers.
Well, same thing,
They're really not.
They're bad.
The big shiny white men are not Ewoks.
Stormtroopers are bad. Ewoks are bad, and you gotta kill them. Kill them all. Kill them. Just kill them.
Hey, you know what's really interesting?
Well. Oh, sorry, go on.
Nothing.
No.
I got nothing. I was just gonna say, I hate you. Really? Because I don't think people out there in listening in podcast land realize the depths of loathing I have for you.
Really?
No, I don't think they're quite aware. Like they know
there's a bit of conflict.
There's tension. They know there's conflict.
Yeah.
But I don't think they realize it's like it's hate.
Yeah. See, I try and in every comic I try and draw Matt in the nerdiest, geekiest possible way possible. Does that make sense?
Yes, though you used the word possible as many times as you possibly could.
Did I? How many times? 2 or 3. I think, have we gotten off topic? Was there something else we want to talk about?
There was something you wanted to talk about?
I did actually want to mention one other thing, which I read today, which was I found interesting, which is the Nintendo Revolution is actually going to have an inbuilt parental filter system.
Yep.
Which I think is really cool. I think that's really quite interesting. I'm not sure how that will apply to the different countries. Like everything,
every different country has its own rating system, but I don't think that's necessarily a problem. In that, while every country has its own rating system, all they need to do is match things up. I mean, they just need to make sure that the consoles that are going into Australia match up with Australia's rating system and.
Yeah, I guess.
Parents will. I'm just going to take a wild stab at how it works, but parents will select an acceptable rating level, and games that.
Because I mean, the big feature is they'll have online downloadable games sort of thing. So I guess, if you want to download Mortal Kombat, that was released on the Super Nintendo. Yeah. That might be at a level that you might not be allowed to play if you're a 15-year-old and your parents have locked it out. Which I think is actually quite a cool concept.
I actually think it's... I don't like censorship at all, but it's not the company censoring it by any means. It's the company giving parents the tools to allow them to control what their children play, and I actually have no problem with that.
No, I have no problem. I think it actually, a lot of the responsibility falls on parents to actually...
Well, it doesn't, but it should.
Well, it should.
Yeah.
And this actually sort of gives the responsibility more to the parents to actually... Yeah. Monitor their kids' playing habits more than any other thing before. I mean, parents actually, kids actually buying games. Kids can buy any games over the counter, realistically. All the Grand Theft Auto stuff, anyone can buy them, really. We did want to do a test a while ago where I was going to get my young sister, who is 14 years old, to actually go into an EB or a bunch of different game stores and try and buy a 17-plus game like Grand Theft Auto, which is a popular game.
Yeah,
we should do that. We should still do that. Actually, I think that would be a very interesting experiment.
The second part of that experiment was actually partially because we're cheap, and partially because it seemed interesting as a follow-up. Would be to actually get Yug's mum.
Don't talk about my mum.
I'm just saying when just
keep going, but you're on thin ice.
I just like leaving it. We're just going to get Yug's mum and just leave it there. Okay, well, we're going to get Yug's mum to go in and actually complain.
That's
basically,
right,
and to say, what is your policy, and blah, 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 and then get our money back, basically.
Because, I mean, as much as we would love to go in ourselves and actually say something, it wouldn't quite work, because we are very mature-looking, typical gamers. So, well, you are anyway, you fucking
mature.
nerd. Oh, I swore, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Mature-looking, but not acting.
Yeah. Gamers sort of thing, whereas like a young girl and her mother is very different sort of thing, and that would.
Plus, we don't want it to look like a media sting. Yeah, we want it to see how they actually react.
We're not trying to set up. We're not trying to set up stores or anything like that, but we are
exactly what we're trying to do.
Are we?
What do you think that is?
I don't know. What is it? What are we doing?
I was trying to set up stores.
Sending my sister and mum to actually try and buy.
That is a setup.
Right.
That's more or less how you define a setup.
Really?
If you look up...
Is that legal? Maybe we shouldn't do this.
No, there's no illegality about...
Illegality. Is that a word?
Yes, that's a word.
Just checking. You know? Look, whenever I can pull you up for any kind of spelling or word badness...
Word badness.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought so.
Hey, I wanted to say two things as well.
Shoot.
Are you done with yours?
With my what?
With your point.
What was I talking? I was talking about. What was I talking about?
It's like herding cats. It really
Why
is.
Why cats?
Because you can herd sheep. Sheep know they're supposed to be herded, and they'll follow along in one herd in a path. If you try to herd cats, they just bounce everywhere.
Yeah, but why cats? And when have you tried to herd cats?
It's an expression. It may or may not be an old expression. I may have made it up on the spot.
Did you make it up? I bet you did.
It's possible I did. But in any case, I think it's a nice visual, and it really sums up your mental processes as just this herd of kittens. Anyway, my point was that it was my birthday. On Tuesday.
You old fart.
It was my birthday on Tuesday, and so I'm now 29, which is rapidly approaching 30.
How old you are. Listen, actually, this is something just quickly to point out. Matt does not look old. He looks like a young 20-year-old geek.
Seriously, I look about 22, 23.
He does not look like a 29-year-old. Not that I'm trying to compliment you or anything like that.
No, hell no.
No, I'm just saying you don't look 29, and the fact that you are 29 is like...
It freaks people out, because a lot of people don't.
Freaks me out, hell.
A lot of people meet me and they think I'm like 20 years old and 22, and then they find out I'm like 29, I've been married, I've got a child, divorced.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I've been there, I've done that. I've lived.
It is, you actually have had sex, it's amazing. But Twice, yeah. It is worth noting that we have played games for a long... Like, we have been gamers for a long time. Sort of thing. I mean, you more than me, because you're old.
Yeah,
like, really old, you know.
Yeah.
But,
I predate computers themselves.
Well, actually, what was the first games that you actually played? Was it like Pong or?
No, I don't. For a start, screw you. Secondly, I'm not that old. Thirdly, no, actually, the earliest games I remember playing were computer games. I remember a friend of mine had I can't even remember what the computer was now, but it had like an EGA monitor, and he had Lemmings.
Lemmings, cool.
Yeah, he had Lemmings, which I thought was cool, and that was like amazing because it actually had, seriously, on the screen, colours. It was awesome, dude. It's like cool. Colours.
See, I'm
4 of them.
Matt's 29. I'm 24. And the first gaming memories that I have, or the very early ones, is the Atari 2600, I believe. It was a mate of mine who actually had Pitfall on the old 2600, and Ghostbusters and Space Invaders.
Just remembered actually some other memories that predate that one, which was that we actually had a VIC-20, which was the forerunner to the Commodore 64s.
Yep.
And we used to do a lot of that. So.
You are old.
I am old.
Like really
old. The
old.
VIC-20 wasn't new then. That was actually
like you got grey hair coming through.
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a little patch.
You've got a little patch?
Yeah, no,
I've
got some grey hairs in just one area of my head. I don't know why.
That's really freaky, man. I mean, that's really bizarre.
This from a guy who can't handle the volume at 11.
What? Volume what? Oh, don't talk about that.
We'll talk about that at another podcast.
No, that's freaky. Alright.
There was something else that I wanted to say, I thought.
Nah.
Nah?
I don't want you talking anymore.
You don't want me to talk anymore?
You.
Alright, no, fair enough. Oh, that was all I was going to say. People who listen to this,
yes,
on the user comments, or if you can get access and hack our
website,
actual database, just put them directly to that.
Yeah.
Earliest games experiences. What did you play? What was the first game you remember playing?
We'll make a poll of this. Actually, that's a good one to make a poll of.
That sounds like...
Because
because I want more diverse answers than we can provide. We don't want to be able to. We don't want to just say. We want people to tell us.
True, but I still want to make a poll of it. Maybe next week or something like that. That's a good one to do.
Yeah, whatever.
Earliest console you played. First console you played.
First console you played. That's not a bad one for a poll, but the first games you played or your earliest gaming memories.
Let's see how many people have actually lasted through 30 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting test. Are you a fan?
Yeah. Are you a real Australian gamer? Did I run over something?
Yes, my keyboard.
Was that your keyboard?
Yeah, thanks for that. Those are really cheap.
Really?
No.
They don't look cheap.
They're like $300.
It's shiny.
It is shiny.
Alright, we're going to go. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
And to everyone in Australian Gamer who's listening to this, please kill me. Kill me now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to do another one of these.
Oh, yeah, you do. You love it.
I don't want to do another one while he's drunk.
It's like a love-hate thing.
No,
I'm not drunk. I'm just, slightly tipsy.
Oh, God. You were running around singing.
I was singing good songs, though. Not the crap you listen to.
Whatever.
Like Tori Amos and
so I like music with a brain and feeling.
Diana and Nate. Oh no, Diana and Nate's cool.
Well, I don't.
But
listen to Diana and Nate
Missy Higgins.
Yeah, are you confusing your flatmates here? You're thinking of Jess.
Really?
Jess listens to that. I don't. I like Tori Amos, but.
All right, look, we're gonna go. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey.
Oh, what?
I hate you.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
You love me.
I hate you.
I love everybody out there. Thank you so much for coming to the site. It's very cool.
The site. People come.
And listening to the podcast. Can we stop now? Because I think I'll make an idiot of myself.
Yes.
All right. See you, everybody.
See ya.